Okay. Hi everyone. Oh, I have a thing in my mouth. Hi everyone. It's me, Kevin, and I was gonna, show do some art, and you can hang out with me while I do art, if that's what you're into. I'm working on a picture of Ursula. I'm curious how to give a link to my followers on Twitter. Haha, this is going great. Oh, there it is. I'm also eating a cannabis cookie that I made. I made it.
He even makes the best weed cookies.
That's my roommate Nora. She's gonna hang out with me.
Hello. That was totally an apple. Oh no. I dropped my cookie on the floor, Kevin.
Oh no.
Should I still eat it?
I mean, I would.
For a half second. I'm gonna eat it still because I'm a goblin. Oh shit. I need to go grab my charger. My computer's nearly dead.
If you have questions, there's a chat.
I can monitor chat if you want.
And Nora will monitor the chat. I linked it on my Twitter. Let's see. I really like this one. I did like a couple of her last night, but I really like this one.
Alrighty, there we go. We got that going. I've got this going. And I've got my food.
Nora and I have been working on,
It's kind of like a podcast.
yeah, like a podcast.
We're thinking about turning it into a podcast. I guess it's kind of like a podcast pilot right now. We're going to edit it down. The audio we're going to edit down to hopefully right around 20 minutes. And put in some fun editing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
See, now that we are roommates, we can finally do all those things that we were talking about doing. Oh, we should do this thing sometime. Yeah, we should. Anyway.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, hey. We got someone. It's Jar Goggle.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Jar Goggle says, "This looks so good, OMG."
I'm going to do both of them, but I wanted to start with this one because it looks a little simpler.
Well, okay, whatever. I wanted to be in chat, but it's like, create a channel to be in chat. I'm like, I have. This is the account with the channel attached. Well, I can't be in chat, but Jar Goggle, if you want to say anything, I'll see it. And I can relate it to Kevin as he draws.
It's true. Nora is very useful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how people do streams without people to help them.
Well, that, you see it a lot on Twitch, where it'll just be like, here's my impression of a Twitch stream. Just dead air. Jar Goggle says that they like how you do your line work.
Oh, thank you.
Jar Goggle, what are your pronouns? I default to they, them if I don't know.
Hands are hard.
Yeah. That's why if you look at any fucking Rob Liefeld art, he always like hides the hands and feet.
I did that for years when I was a kid. Like, it's hard for me to just...
He, him.
Yes, oh god, I'm sorry. I should have told you that. I was just
You're
zoning out.
You're drawing. You're important shit. And he says, let me tell you, I have Twitch chat on my phone and I'm playing Stardew Valley on my laptop. So, you know, we're all hanging out. We're doing chill. I've got a Twitch on my, running on my Chromebook over here in the corner because I've got the Overwatch World Cup going. And yes, I know Blizzard, blah, 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 blah. I agree with all that stuff. I watch Overwatch.
Nobody has to explain to me. I watch really bad cartoons that make awful fat-phobic jokes, so like...
You watch Ancient Aliens?
I watch Ancient Aliens. There's really no judgment from me.
And Jargoggle says, oh god, hands are so difficult. Robot hands are somehow slightly easier and so much harder at the same time.
I have a lot of trouble with mechanical stuff. You do like a lot of Transformers stuff.
Oh!
And I have a lot
I'm
of...
a hashtag slut for Transformers.
I can't do the robotic stuff because like it's so finely detailed and I find that I'm not great at that.
It'd be like that at times.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, that was my problem. So like, I don't draw that much. I'm more of like a cartoonist type of thing. And obviously, you know, there are some cartoonists out there who draw very, very well. You know, you look at someone like a going classic newspaper comics, someone like a Bill Watterson, you know, draw incredibly well. And lots of people can do that. I never really could. So I can draw people okay in a cartoony style, but it's like, and then I'll like write a comic where it's like, all right, now you're gonna draw a car, and I'll be drawing. I'm like, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah, cars are hard.
Jargoggle says, yeah, you just gotta like grit your teeth and cry as you struggle.
No, I find that really impressive. Like, mechanical stuff is hard for me.
Jargoggle, have you seen the Bumblebee movie? It's really good. If you like Transformers, the Bumblebee movie is really good. Oh, and while we wait for the delay, Jargoggle says, lately I've been doing that Pixel Pride Flag landscape stuff, and then I ran out of steam. Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, mood. I never have, like, the energy to keep up with art. Like, it's nice that I've been drawing Ursula so much, because I'm not usually a fan art guy. But I really like drawing, like, different aspects of her.
Well, I feel like it kind of speaks to several of your interests, because like one, you like drawing, you know, you like to draw fat characters anyway, and then also the sort of reclaiming of the fat character that was a villain, type of thing. So like I feel like it makes sense, and also she's got a really good dynamic character design.
Yeah, it's really that octopuses or octopods are just so freaking cool.
I believe the plural is octopus.
Octopus?
Octopus, I believe it is.
I'm pretty sure it's octopod, but...
Actually, I mean, like, if you want the real deal, first it was octopuses, and then people were like, wait, no, U.S. ending, gotta be octopi. And people were like, it's a Greek word, so actually it should be octopodes. And then someone was like, we don't keep fucking other languages' grammar when we take it to English, so it should just be octopuses again. The language went through a whole journey. I'm going to look at my phone in a second and see what Jargoggle has been saying.
Oh, excuse me. I'm smoking weed while I do this. I shouldn't smoke weed when I stream, but I do. Ah.
Well, I mean, look, you just ate a cookie, so in about 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to be pretty blazed.
What's happening here? Why are you having such problems?
Oh shit, what's going on?
It did the thing where it got stuck.
So, alright, I'm going to tell you what Jargal has been saying while you fix this part. Jargal said, to be honest, I like drawing Transformers because they have segments.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that, where you're like, I'm just going to focus on the leg right now. I'm just going to focus on the what have you.
Yeah.
And then Jargal says that, yes, he has seen Bumblebee, and that Bumblebee is baby with a E-Y.
Baby.
Yeah. And then Jargal says, I've never really liked The Little Mermaid, but to be honest, your drawings have made me like Ursula. I've heard that the plural is octopides.
Octopides, yes. I love it. Yeah, it's weird.
And then Jargal says, sorry, I'm blowing up chat. Don't worry,
No, it's nice to talk to people.
It's just us right now, so we can have a little conversation. It's pretty cool. David, do you want to say hi?
Swear to gosh.
All right, David's here as well. He said hello.
I'm gonna have to run to the store in a minute. Getting late.
Excuse me.
My thing is acting up. Oh, I bet it needs charge. Needs to be actually plugged in.
Well, while that happens, we'll just hang out.
Yeah, this is an easy fix. I love this tablet.
Jargoggle says, regarding not worrying about blowing up chat too much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's nice to be here. It's nice to have you here, Jargoggle.
Hell yeah. Aha! I can plug in things. Boy, it would help if I didn't have like a thing in my mouth while I was talking. I'm great at hosting. I'm really glad that Nora's here because I'm not great at hosting.
Was that an important thing that you just unplugged?
It was the tablet.
Oh, it was like a Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah, it's a wireless. So I plugged in the not wireless thing to make it better.
Jargoggle says, I'm thinking about pulling out my tablet and CSP, which is an acronym. Not sure what for. And drawing like Run or something. I always draw Run or Misfire. Are those Transformers?
Yeah, those are like comics Transformers.
Okay. The comics always do way more interesting things with the Transformers.
Yeah, the comics are like gay as hell.
Yeah, because no one's paying attention to the comics, so they can get away with whatever. Like IDW doesn't care.
IDW does some really good comics too.
Jargon says, you should hear me in Minecraft streams. I'm quiet and my air conditioner is going in the background.
That's our heater. That's our heater back there going.
Clip Studio Paint is what CS is.
Oh, yes.
Is that like a
drawing program?
Well, I've heard Clip Studio. I didn't know it had Paint. I was wondering if it was like a successor to like MS Paint. I don't think so, probably.
I don't think so.
That'd be wild.
I'm using Paint Tool Sci, which is an old program that I just really like.
Yeah, I've only ever really used GIMP because it was free.
Yeah, mood. GIMP is pretty good, actually. I would say that it does, like, when my mom was using Photoshop to make, like, her band posters for a long time because she had it through work.
Uh-huh.
And when she stopped working at this place, she was like, what do I use? And I was like, GIMP's going to do everything that you need it to do for your website and all that. So, like...
And then you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, and, I have no compunction about...
pirating.
Oh, wait, hang on. This is on Twitch. I would never pirate something.
This is on YouTube. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, YouTube doesn't care. Unless you say you're gay.
Then YouTube cares.
The sword of Damocles comes down upon you. Alright, let me tell you what Jargargle's been saying. Jargargle says, OMG, I can tell you so much about the comics and my special interests.
Excellent.
More Than Meets the Eye / Lost Light is the gay comic TM. Which I should check those out because I do like comics and I like Transformers. Again,
Hashtag slut.
For Transformers. I love that shit. And then Jargoggle says that he got CSP because they had a half off sale, and it was a one-time payment of $20.
Whoa.
So he was like big eyes emoji, which yeah, that's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. He says that he pirates so many goddamn movies, which yes, I agree. That is also what I do. Oh wait, should I not have said God in there? Because I saw that you. I apologize if I said that out loud, because I realized now that you had left out that middle initial. So if I wasn't supposed to say that aloud, I apologize. Ah, shit, Jargo's got a site that has the whole comic for free.
Ooh, link it.
Yeah, or, well, it might not. Links, from what I've heard, links do weird shit in YouTube chat. That could be a rumor, I don't know. But, like, if you want to, I'm assuming, Jargon, that you follow Kevin on Twitter, so if you just want to, like, is already...
Yeah, just tweet it at me.
Just tweet the link.
Jargoggle is one of my mutuals on Twitter.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay, cool. Jargon says it's alright that he just censors the word God. It's up to me how I want to read it. Blurb, blurb.
Gotta make
follow a lot of
these
people that censor
suckers.
these days.
Yeah, you're following a lot of rabbis these
Well,
days.
I follow a couple rabbis. I follow a lot of just like Jewish leftists ever since I had that conversation. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to email a rabbi now. I'm going to email a rabbi, Jargoggle, or I did email a rabbi. I was invited to go to services as soon as I can, which will be next week. I'm excited about it. I keep probably being really boring at Kevin and David and being like, did you know that Judaism does this? And they'll be like, yeah, I follow Jewish people. I'm like, well, it's interesting.
No, I'm very happy for you. I think that it's really cool that you've found...
Well, presumably. I mean, like, it's at least a year-long process, you know, which is good. Again, I feel like that's a good thing to have, like, a whole process.
No, but you want to, like, talk to people about this
Yeah.
stuff, and I think that it's cool. I'm glad that there's a synagogue that's like, yeah, come back.
Yeah. Jargon says, I'm mad as hell because the closest synagogue is like 20 minutes away by car.
He
so
was
I'm just
telling
sitting
me.
Here, like, no, I'm angry. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm going to be going to a Reform synagogue. There was a couple that invited me. The one I'm most interested in is the Reform one. And I realized that they... find some of the specifics of the mitzvot in this is gonna be really boring, but I'm just gonna keep talking.
Yeah, that's fine.
In the Talmud, they find it to be a little bit more, you know, it's guidance. You don't have to do it, which means that I could take the bus to the place, which is good because like none of them are within walking distance, so it'd be like a 30-minute bus ride. But I'm willing to do that. But like, if I was trying to become an Orthodox Jewish person, not that they would accept me probably because I'm trans, but like they'd be like, hey, you're not supposed to take the bus. But you know.
Would you be allowed to ride a bike?
That's an interesting question. That's something I would have to ask a rabbi. And Jargon, if you know, let me know. I don't know how that shakes out because, like, ostensibly you're not supposed to leave your domain, and that's very ambiguous. And so, like, in certain communities of Jewish people throughout history, they've erected these, like, thingamabobs, these wire poles or whatever. And they're like, all right, now this is the domain. So now you can, like, carry shit and stuff.
Did you see Barry's comic Hereville?
I don't think so.
It's on the shelf.
Okay.
Barry's lovely friend of mine. But it's about a little girl and an Orthodox Jewish. She's, like, raised Orthodox Jewish, and she gets a cool sword and goes on an
I
adventure.
should check this out. And then now, I've been rambling, so let me get to Jargoggle's comments. Jargoggle says, I went to a Rev Shabbat the Friday of Transformers Con. I mean, at this point in my life, I don't know if I would actually go to a Transformers Con because I'm kind of soured on the concept of fandom. But to show, just to provide my bona fides as a Transformers fan, At TFCon, I think 2006, 2007, something like that, they had a little CG short that was set in between the original Transformers series of the 80s and Beast Wars. It's called Theft of the Golden Disc. And anyway, so I pirated that off of YouTube, and then I put it on, I ripped it onto I burned it onto a DVD, and then I designed my own box art for it. So, like, I am a huge Transformers nerd. Just to put that out there. And then Jargoggle says that he's reformed too. Hey, cool. He says, God is why is the Talmud so funny in so many stories? And there's got a lot of people talking about different stuff. I'm excited to read about it. It seems interesting. Even in Orthodox communities, I've heard there's some variants on the whole LGBT plus issue. I've been doing, just in my preliminary reading, I have been seeing that. Like, it's definitely not as progressive as, you know, the Reformed Church, the Reformed movement, or the conservative movement, even. But, you know.
In different ways.
Things are. It's an ongoing debate. At least it's not, you know,
a closed subject.
Right, at least it's not the Pope gets up and he's like, you know, trans people are more dangerous than nuclear weapons and are literally killing God. I'm like, okay, bud.
Metal.
All right, buddy, right? Fucking metal as hell.
Brutal.
And then he says that he'd never heard the thing about the domain. I think it's like a thing where they're like, you're not supposed to carry upwards of however many pounds between domains on the Sabbath or something like that. Again, I mean, this is coming from a girl who was raised conservative, evangelical Christian, and I've just been doing a bunch of reading over the past few weeks. So.
No, it's true. There were communities, because there were communities of Jewish people, I think in Pittsburgh, who, it was such it's a very Orthodox community, so they put those gates so that you could walk around the neighborhood and get your shit done.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, you know, so you're not supposed to carry upwards of so many pounds. Well, what if you have a baby? Right? You know, so like that's why you do that thing. Again, I find that very interesting. And then Jargoggle says, yo, Beast Wars, right? Beast Wars is great. Beast Wars is the best Transformers, and it has been ignored for too long. Hi, David.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
How much?
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, my own box art. I'll take a picture, Jargoggle, and I'll tweet it. My @ if you don't follow me already, is on Twitter is @Norah NORAH Borealis BOREALIS _, and I'll tweet out a picture of that so you can see it.
I'll retweet it too.
Yeah, I agree, Jargoggle. The Pope is awful.
I hate how everybody treats him like he's this super sweet progressive grandpa.
There's a great video, there's a great video from Renegade Cut on YouTube. And it's called something along the lines of like, this is not the cool Pope or something like that, and it goes into detail about how, you know, conservative he is and how a lot of that, oh look, he's the chill Pope or whatever, is just a big huge charm offensive to distract from the ongoing sexual abuse scandal. But we won't talk about that too much. And then Jargoggle says, I've heard that there are some super Orthodox people that don't even turn on the light switches on the Sabbath, so they turn them on the night previous. Yeah, I've heard that as well, or they light candles before, because here's the interesting thing, right? You're not supposed to make a fire on the Sabbath, because you're supposed to cease all creation, and so once electricity happens, the rabbis start thinking, they're like, well, when you switch the thing, you create a circuit that is essentially sparking a fire, so you're not allowed to use electricity. So sometimes people, won't do that either. Or they'll turn on the stove and they'll have like a thing that keeps their food hot over the course of the Sabbath, but you can't adjust the temperature. It's really interesting. I think a lot of this stuff's really fun. Joke's on them. No Pope is the cool Pope, right?
I feel like he wasn't even the chillest Pope candidate when they were deciding. Wasn't there like an Argentinian guy?
That is him. He is the Argentinian guy.
Oh no, I thought the current pope was like German.
No, that was the last one.
No.
No,
The
Benedict was German, and then Francis is Argentinian. And they're like, oh, first South American.
He still thinks that I'm like worse than nuclear weapons.
He does, but also they're like first South American Pope. Wahoo! And I'm like, he's white though. Like he is the result of colonialism in Argentina. You know, he's of European descent. Let's not go too wild here.
Yeah. He was the Argentinian. There was another guy.
I'm gonna get back to.
There are no
I'm gonna
cool
get back
popes.
to the comments in just a second, but I was messaged by a cute trans boy on Tinder.
Hey, I support you.
So I have to message him back.
That makes sense to me.
Oh, good news, everyone. Beto O'Rourke is no longer running.
I saw that. Why was he running in the first? I'm from Texas, and this motherfucker loses to goddamn Ted Cruz, the most unelectable candidate of all time. And then he goes, man, I lost pretty embarrassingly against Ted Cruz. I must be qualified to run for president. What are you doing?
Skateboards away.
Plays his bad punk music. Y'all know he was in a punk band, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whack.
Whack.
Alright, I'm going back over to the comments to see what's been going down. Let's see. Yeah, so Jarl says, I mean, yeah, true, that circuit stuff does make sense. Excuse me. He said something about an absolute nightmare. I don't know exactly what that was about, but we were talking about the Pope for a little bit, so I feel like it makes sense. Congrats on my Tinder triumphs. Well, thank you. They are not really triumphs as such. They're more,
Adventures.
I mean, I guess. There are certainly a lot of people on Tinder and OkCupid who are like, I'm here for an adventure. I'm like, you fucking want to go slay a dragon? Or get
That'd be the best first date. Nobody ever takes me on dates. To be fair, we're not exactly like rolling in date money right now, so I understand why David hasn't been, taking me on dates.
So now that I'm going to try to get some dates with boys, do you think it's appropriate for me to be like, and you'll pay, right? Is that acceptable?
I mean, it's acceptable, but it's a little conservative and weird.
But what if I'm just like, please pay, I have no money.
What if you're just like, I'm poor?
I'm really poor.
I think it's okay to be like upfront about that, about date stuff. Just be straight up like, I can't really afford to go do anything like super expensive with you right now.
So let's see.
Like, maybe I know nothing because I was never a girl, really. Like, but I was kind of a girl. But I always ended up paying for myself, but that might have been a fat thing.
Jargargle says, Healy's out. Hey guys, I'm running for president. Y'all want anything?
Hate him. Hate Beto.
He's awful. And then Jargargle was like, yeah, I was saying that being autistic and trying to keep kosher on my campus is absolutely terrible. Which, like, I've been reading about kashrut a little bit. You know, again, reform, they're like, it's a choice. You don't have to if you don't want to. But, like, I was reading about it, I was like, man, this, I don't even know how I would, like, start that. Because, like, so, for instance, you can't even mix the dishes that you use for meat and for dairy. And I was like, well, my kitchen wouldn't be kosher, like, at all. And stuff like that. So, like, I don't know. That's in the future, though. Again, I'm trying to take this one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Yeah. And then Jargargle says, why slay a dragon when you can befriend it?
Right. Like, that would be a good date, too. I'm just saying,
If it's
like...
trying to eat me, I'm gonna...
I don't drink anymore, so, like, I don't want to go to, like, a bar for a first date.
Like coffee shops. I feel like a coffee shop is a good first date.
They make me poop so much.
No, well, that's fair. That's definitely fair. The reason why I think a coffee shop is a good first date is because you can, hanging out there and just chatting is acceptable anyway. So it's not like you have to keep ordering more drinks and stuff like that. And it's a neutral place with lots of people around. So like, if the date goes well and you want to like go back to your place, wherever, you can do that. And if you're like it doesn't go well, then you can just be like, all right, well, I'll see you later or something, and then you go your separate ways. So I think that's what I like about it. Jargon was like, my wife and I have just gotten to the point where a date is us in my bed watching Great British Bake Off. Hey, that counts, I think. I don't think you gotta go out and pay money to have a date. It's just about spending quality time with each other.
Maybe. Sometimes it's nice to get out of the house.
Oh, no, certainly sometimes it's nice to get out of the house. Like, I absolutely agree with that. But it's like, even if I was just two people going on a walk through a park or something, like, you don't have to, like...
We hate walking.
Well, I guess I have no...
Park
We did go on a walk through a park.
Within this year, I mean.
Oh,
yes.
The U.S. is up 2-0 against South Korea. Fuck yeah. I think Jargon went off somewhere.
That's all good. He's cool.
But that's alright because now I can eat some of this cannoli pie.
That's a plan. How are you looking?
Very good. Just if you look at Justin Ings, it looks like she's like, what? What the fuck did I do? What? Jeez.
Am I gonna keep Flotsam and Jetsam in there? No, I think I'm not. They're kind of a pain in the ass to draw.
Flotsam and Jetsam. Can I get the later? Sorry, great job, Jay.
Oh, yeah. No, you're all good.
Cool.
David, around any of ours.
Yeah, I'll write some more back.
I'm gonna scoot out of the chat for a second so I can look at some of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Oh, here, I'm gonna put the ashtray here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can feel that coffee already.
Where is fire? Sorry,
That's alright.
do 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 do. decided to go without the flotsam and jetsam. So I'm just, just sort of casually editing them out.
I just remembered a thing that I had read, Keegan, which is that they're bringing out a sequel to Homestuck.
Oh.
And that's a bad idea because Homestuck sucks. We can do a podcast episode about that.
I don't know what it is
It's
still.
a shitty webcomic that looks terrible and is written poorly, and people love it because they spent a lot of time reading it, and so they've convinced themselves that it's fucking, like, it's goddamn Infinite Jest or some shit. And maybe Infinite Jest is actually a bad book or whatever.
It is.
But,
It
like,
is actually a bad book.
But, like, literature or, like, Ulysses or something, like, they're always comparing it to, like, these novels that, it's the internet's war and peace. And I'm like, if this is the internet's war and peace, then internet culture has failed. We can surely have better things than that.
That's okay.
What's that?
What?
Jargoggle never read Homestuck.
Oh yeah. Oh hey Jargoggle, welcome back. I'll get back to the comments in a second. Sorry, I went away for a minute. I'm tweeting the pictures of the DVD cover that I did.
DM them to me and I'll retweet them.
Yeah. Well, it has to actually tweet though, which it might not on my phone. Hey, Kevin. November. It's the 1st of November. Let's all have a good November. V for November.
I love that meme.
Alright, cool. It tweeted. I'm going to copy the link and send it to you.
Thank you. Tridents is hard
It's true.
to draw.
I mean, it's probably pretty hard to make, too.
It's kind of a wonky trident.
Alright, let's see what Jargoggle's been saying.
I occasionally pop over to the chat.
Yeah.
I do my best.
So I think you were talking about being kosher right here, and you were like, yeah, I just want to do it because who he structure in my life. Yeah, see, that's another thing I find kind of interesting about a lot of this stuff is like, whereas Christianity, because it was influenced by Paul, who spoke about faith. Your man is justified by faith alone. Paul had a little bit of that. Martin Luther did that big time during the Reformation. And so it became an orthodoxic religion where it's like, all that matters is whether or not you believe Jesus is the Son of God. Whereas people often say that Judaism is an orthopraxic religion where it's like, no, what you do really does matter. You have to care for the poor. And you have to,
Nice.
be nice to people. And so I think that's rad. They have meat and milk. You can't make dishes. Yep. And I already have questions about that, which I'm sure are already answered if I just Google a little bit more. But I don't want to get too deep into any one thing before I actually start regularly seeing a rabbi who knows this stuff backwards and forwards. My wife and I just go to the package store if we want drinks. Sorry, I forgot. People don't usually call it the package store. It's the ABC store. I'm not exactly sure the rate of lag, so if something seems out of place with current conversations, probably related to something previous. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. He's cool. Uno reverse card. It's valid not to keep Flossum and Jessam there, but they are very cute. That is true. He says, I like how me doing art is basically just hand you an OC, hand you an OC, hand you an OC.
That was me for a million years. We have one of my OCs on the wall as a poster. She was easily my fucking closet for years.
Not to flex, but I never read Homestuck. Well, I wasn't
I didn't
gonna.
either.
I wasn't gonna, and then I lived in Seattle with a bunch of assholes, and they were all like way into Homestuck, and they made me like read some of it, and it was so boring. Oh my god. Because it's a webcomic, right? But it's a webcomic where like each individual panel of the comic will have like pages of text attached to it, and then it's 3,000 pages.
Yikes.
Like it's 3,000 individual comics, each of which contain pages upon pages of text, and are like, no fucking thanks. And Jargo says not to worry about him too much. He's just vibing, which is valid. Yeah, I might have to start doing that if I keep getting higher from this fucking cookie.
Cookies are good.
They are very good.
I make good butter.
It's true. Did you come up with that way of doing the butter yourself?
I did.
You gotta share this wisdom with the world. We gotta make you a weed cookbook. It would sell.
Weed cookbook.
Heard of Facebook, I get ready for weed book.
Doesn't steal your fucking data like Facebook does.
Well, would it not steal it, but it might share it. It's like, I'll pass that data on over.
No, oh my god. I would never make anything so evil.
Oh, if you were making it, I see. I was just thinking about if it existed in general.
I think it's Leafly.
Aw, hell yeah. The US beat South Korea. Nice.
Nice.
I don't know how this fucking bracket works at all. They changed it up this year. Maybe the US will finally bring it home a win.
This will be a decent sticker, I think.
Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool as fuck.
Let's see. You should come in here.
So I was saying to David that because I've got that Verizon, I'll get the free year of Disney Plus. So Disney Plus will be here if you want to use it. There's several. I'll probably get my mom to log on too, because you can make several profiles. I'm sure she would love to have that for Liam.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I am interested in the Mandalorian. Fuck Disney, but I am interested in the Mandalorian.
Well, half my work is criticism, so being able to watch a thing to criticize it does help.
That's true. And also, don't you just kind of want to see fucking Werner Herzog saying a bunch of silly Star Wars shit in his Werner Herzog voice?
Yes.
That sounds wonderful. The Empire is inherently nihilistic. Jedi Master Yoda is a wonderful being. I can't even say that. My nose is so stuffed up. I'm sick.
Nora is, unfortunately,
I'm ill.
quite ill.
Someone retweeted this clip of Bernie Sanders from back in March, where this reporter is like, Bernie, what do you think about Beto O'Rourke getting into the race for president? And Bernie goes, it's a free country, anybody can run.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese? Oh, there's comments.
This one should be a print. Yeah, I could do this as a print.
The original drawing is smaller, so I can definitely see why you would have thought originally sticker. Although I do think as a sticker it'd be pretty cool, especially if you, because in the pencils you have a little bit of a blast going up. If you extend that a little bit, that could be pretty cool as a print. Kind of almost like that one, but instead of the fire going.
Yeah, make it like a cool underwater thing.
Yeah, that'd be neat. That would be real neat.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it, but it's an idea.
can use.
I searched the hashtag slut for Transformers, and it's just 3 tweets from me.
Good times.
Oh, weird person.
But you know and accept that about yourself, and that's good. I wonder if I should try to do this, like, I don't know.
Like what?
Well, there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with this program, like watercolor and stuff.
Oh, that would be neat. Oh, that's weird.
Not supposed to make that noise at you.
No, it is. Here's a 6-second clip of apparently Chelsea Clinton joking about Hillary's infamous body count.
I don't think that she murdered 50, but what if she murdered 2?
That's weird. That's weird. No, it is only a 6-second clip. So
Yeah, that's probably taken
well.
well out of context.
Okay, well, I'm super high now, so I think I'm gonna nope out of the stream for a little bit. We'll go lay down.
That's
I'm
fine.
just losing my brain looking into the internet.
The internet does that to people.
Yeah, it's almost like I hyper focus due to undiagnosed ADD or something.
Right.
Anyway, time to go to my room.
The shame corner. Oh God! Oh no! No!
What?
Wait,
He
like
took
a fuck
body
list?
count in the wrong way.
Like a fuck list?
Yes.
Ah.
Who? What?
We were talking about Hillary Clinton's body count.
We're all incredibly ADHD around here, I feel like. Maybe not David, he just has the super anxiety.
That shit sucks.
Anxiety sucks.
That'll be like my after school special will be like, anxiety's whack. Hey kids. Me and Elmo here to talk to you about anxiety.
Elmo, you give me anxiety.
How have you not aged in the past 20 years?
Okay. Thank you, David. was saying thank you. I'm quiet. Sorry, I'm now managing and drawing, which is difficult on a stream. So it takes me a minute to get to comments. That is why. I should, like, talk about things. I should be entertaining and exciting, but I never really know what to say. Like, the only thing I ever do is read fat studies books. So, like, I feel like I'm fairly boring in conversation. I'm always like, hey, who wants to hear about fat studies? Like, that's like all I do. Anxiety is whack. That's wild that they're paywalling Sesame Street. Like, all that stuff was like, I don't know, like, when I was a kid, I don't know. I watched all that stuff, obviously. And it was, like, important that it not be money. I don't know, it's weird. You're too dark. I don't know how to, like, do anything super cool with art. I feel like I know a lot of really talented artists who do, like, really cool stuff, like Jesse and Emily and, like, people I know, April, who are, like, constantly pushing themselves and doing, like, really cool stuff with art. And I'm just like, just some flat colors, please. Thank you. I don't clean things up super well either. Maybe I should try. No, that would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. Oh, that must be so cool. I barely get to, like, see people. Well, I get to see people more often now that I don't live in the middle of freaking nowhere. The middle of nowhere. But now we live really in, like, a cool place that's, like, close in and stuff. I don't know. I don't have an excuse anymore. I tend not to get super starstruck anymore because people have gotten, like, starstruck at me over things, and I'm like, no, don't do that. So I assume it, like, makes people uncomfortable. So I try to be, like, super chill always. But that's just, like, it's hard because, like, I'm like, What's weird is when, like, they compliment me. I'm like, no, you're better. You can't say nice things to me. I'll fight you because I love you so much. And, and they're like, okay, that's super normal. And I'm like, yep. I don't know what the hell my problem is. No, I totally get that. I do get starstruck is the thing, and then I just try to act cool, but I'm like super starstruck all the time. I'm always like, why are you better than me? Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like, no, I know why they're better than me because they put in a lot of freaking work. A lot of work, and I admire that. I have this friend Alex who does like the most amazing art, and he's always like, he like feels really uncertain. It seems sometimes about like, oh, but am I like good enough? And then he's like showing me this art that's just like mind-bogglingly good, you know, just like so freaking good, and it's like you gotta shut up. Like you put in the work, and this is really freaking good. You gotta hush, shush, shush, shush. No, I love my style. I think it's really cool. No, I just mean like someone will show me something. Like I've been looking at. I was really lucky that my parents, well, my mom, really did a lot of work to make sure that I was exposed to a lot of really cool art growing up. A lot of really good writing, theater, paintings, like art galleries and stuff. And so I was always interested in art. And we knew like some cool artists growing up and stuff, and that was really good for me. So like I'll talk to people now who are doing stuff that is just like, you know, absolutely on the level of like very well known artists. Absolutely on the level of artists that I know who made a living as artists, and they're like, do you think I'm good enough to make a living as an artist? I'm like, yes, I think you're good enough to make a living as an artist. Like, yes. Oh, it was the best, you know? No, like, obviously you love it, but you like, you want to, like, shout at them, like, it's okay for you to recognize your own goodness at this. Like, you're very skilled and very talented, and you've, like, put a lot of work into doing it, and it's okay for you to not hate what you drew. Yeah, that's a big thing. Like, people ask me, like, do you think I'm good enough to, like, make it as an artist? And I'm like, yeah, like, or they won't, like, ask it like that. They'll be like, I don't think I'm good enough to, like, do it professionally. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, honestly. Like, you're already whatever. Like, I love my friends. They must just think I'm a very grouchy old man. Because I'm like, shut up, you're so fucking skilled. Ah! I bet there's probably a faster way to do this. I feel like there's like tricks to doing digital art that saves you time so you can put in a bunch of energy into like doing really good details and stuff. I don't know. Right. I've always had the energy of an old man. Just the like describing my energy, it is that of an old man. Exudes old man aura from like the time I was like 10 on. There's probably a much smarter way to do this, and I'm doing it all wrong. Whoops. What's the smarter way? Think smarter, Kevin. No, it totally, like, I can't, that's gotta be fucking wild. Because, like, I don't know, like, it's really cool, I think. There's definitely, like, a push for fat acceptance within the lesbian community that we can, like, track historically. Like, the fat underground was started by mostly Jewish lesbians, fat Jewish lesbians. And so, like, I think it's just really cool that, like, we have, like, this long history of, like, fat acceptance intersecting with, like, lesbian activism. But also, like, it's gotta be weird right now as a non-binary person. Like, I feel like we run into, like, a lot of, like, bioessentialism and cis-run fat activism, and then, like, fat hate in, like, trans circles. It's just, it's an odd place to exist right now. Oh. Let me think here. What am I doing with this? Because the coloring style I'm doing is, like, not fitting it. Oh, yeah, no, I can't even imagine. Like, True Scum must just be, like, fucking unbearable. They already give me plenty of headaches. Oh, what happened? Oh, they bother everyone. True Scum do. me see. It's a dad joke thing, too. It's the mask in us. You were in the regional spelling bee? Showing off your jorts. Oh, that's adorable. I'm so old. I don't know if DVDs were a thing when I was in middle school. They may have come out when I was in high school. What the fuck is a oh, I get it now. Do you read Super Butch from Barry and what is the Becky, Barry and Becky's comic Super Butch? It's about a butch lesbian who gets superpowers in like the 30s or something. It's really good. I haven't read all of it, but it's charming. I'm going to try to be a little braver than I usually am. And maybe it'll turn out terrible, but whatever. I've got the inks on another layer. I drew the picture by hand. I can always try again. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you had a whole fic. 200k words is like publishing length. Do they publish fic these days? I don't know. I can hear Nora watching the Star Trek or Star Wars trailer in there. That's so funny. I think that making OCs that um, reflect who you are is really important for like a lot of people. Like for me, my OCs were definitely a part of my closet, and like they were bad because of that. But I think for a lot of people, their OCs are actually their first forays out of a closet. So I don't know. I think that OCs can be really useful art tools for marginalized people to sort of begin to work towards self acceptance. Basically, I don't think it's weird that you have OCs. Well, yeah, I mean, like, you'd have to change it so it wasn't in the Transformers universe, and it would be a pretty obvious, I suppose, if you did that. So, I mean, you're probably right, but they should work on letting you publish zines of, like, Transformers fanfic or something. You could put it out in zine installments. Oh, I should check my chat. I'm sorry, I was zoning out. I'm gonna take the L. Say if the robot is a lady, I'm into them. Don't have crushes on robots. I don't know. Like, I've never really had, like, crushes on robots. I've thought that robots were very cute before, not like, oh, he's cute, but like, aw, fucking adorable. Like, I like the Tachicomas from Ghost in the Shell. I'm big into them. I think that they're really sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, I don't know, paint, I guess. I'm not super great at painting. I wish I was slightly better at it. But I guess the only way to get better is to do it. So. Well, I mean, they know who they're selling to. Of course, they make the robots sexy. You said that that's what the fans like. Like, I would like to get more into doing like traditional media paints, but I'm not like super confident with painting yet. That's so pretty. I think that's kind of the vibe. Excuse me. I think that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Um, with this painting is, I want it to be like kind of dark, but also I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Maybe this will all turn out bad. We'll see. Oh, feel free. I like hearing about people's original characters. My original characters, like I said, were very boring. I don't make very cool original characters anymore. So hearing about people's cool ones, I'm like, oh, those are neat. I should have done something like that. Damn. Let's see here. Let's go up here and give you some highlights. From the trident's gonna be glowing, so that'll be the light source. Oops. I like that. Oh, there's my husband.
What's going on?
Yeah. I decided to try to be a little braver in my shading. Oh, I should check the chat. Oh, thank you. I think I will make this one a print. Guam. Flux get involved with Megatron. It's a gladiator. Who in IDW is a class uprising. Interesting. It's a Keystone founder. Keystone. Okay, I remember what that is now. Speaks at rallies and stuff. And then after the war with the Autobots breaks out. Warren Major General. Okay, transportation for the army. I want to read. Don't spoilers, but it's more and more fashion. She says, of course. So it's kind of like that red-brown split. Gets her into consistent trouble. Yeah. Yeah, no, I worry about that in leftist circles, how, like, some people seem to go a little fascisty with it, and I'm like, gotta avoid that. That's how we end up with real bad shit.
Do you know where the tape measure is?
Not off the top of my head, I don't. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Just spread around. Remembering how I used to do this. Vaguely remembering. Now going with the water thing, and I'm gonna blend this color in. Yeah. She's really coming together there. It's not under your hat? Yeah, that was the only place I could think it could be. Other than in the project closet, or maybe on the table.
Ash asked if I could get my measurements of some clothes before the end of their shift.
Ah. Nice knitting. Nice. Thank you. I swear I'm not super into the Little Mermaid. It's just there's something about Ursula. She's like very special. I don't know. She's just sort of cool. She's just sort of such a baddie. And I appreciate that. So I'll give you a little bit in here. Some in here. Some in here. What's the wife knitting? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to tell me. knitting impresses me. I can kind of crochet sometimes with supervision, but knitting is like, that's like math and yarn form. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that YouTube just auto does those emojis. I wouldn't feel too bad about it. You're like, I'm not an emoji person, I swear. Yeah, she's starting to look like she's got some shape and form there in her skin. It's working out for me. I can't crochet well. I don't want to give you the idea that I crochet well. Just I can do it with like supervision, but it's the counting and stuff that you have to do in knitting, like the holding the counts in your head and stuff, like I can't at all. So I find that super impressive. I'm gonna I'm gonna bring some weird green into here. Why not? Yeah.
I'm gonna make a frozen pizza.
That sounds delightful. Can I have some?
Yes.
Thank you, my love. My husband is making a frozen pizza because I was much too lazy to cook today. Yeah, she's starting to come together there. Oh, thank you for making her look like she looks underwater. Yeah, thank you. Right, like, thankfully, I'm pretty sure our fridge is fairly empty. So at least I'm not, like, making food go to waste, but I'm whooped. Whooped. So, break day for me. Let's see. I'm gonna get some more dark greens. And, like, here. Now the body, which is harder. Because it's darker. Maddox. It's nice to meet you, Maddox. Snorlax is awesome. Like, what an icon, to be honest. Like, that's the one that sleeps, right? Someone who regularly has insomnia. Fucking jelly. Yeah, this is really coming together. I'm glad I decided to challenge myself with this one. It's taking a lot longer, but I think it looks a lot better than it usually does. What do you think, David?
I think it looks good. It's alive.
Hmm. Quiet husband noises. That was your response, honey. He said that he likes it and it feels alive. Oh yeah, I've never really played Minecraft, but I like dropping in on streams and meeting people and learning about games. I never got to play games. I mean, I did, but only at friends' houses. My parents came up with a stellar excuse, which was that we were on solar power and video game stuff would suck the power pretty hardcore. And to be fair, it did. Mm. Is it? No. My parents just hated video games. Before we were on solar power, the excuse was that they hated video games, so they would just let me have computer games because they like thought that like a video game machine was somehow like a video game console was like somehow different and worse than a computer. And I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But, you know, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you're a kid. You can't argue with your parents. Or you can, but it's not fruitful. Ah, that's not cool. You can't throw your kids' stuff away. Parents just don't understand. Me and only Will Smith gets me, but just younger Will Smith. I think he's like a Scientologist now. He doesn't get me now. I'm excited for pizza, David.
David's not here.
You're not David.
I'm not David. Fucking punked.
Oh, man. I just got punked by a lady.
Do you have a letter?
I do.
How's
You
the
want to see
street
how
going?
she's coming along?
Yeah. Alright. I love the shading.
Thank you. It's pretty much all it is right now. The details are kind of buried under the paint.
You don't know where the tape measure is, do you?
Is it not under that hat?
No.
We asked that question about the hat. I like that everyone thinks it's under the hat, though. I like that we all assume, like, magic hat?
I think it might be either in the drawer where the trash bags are.
It is not.
Did you check the cabinets, all the cabinets in the bathroom?
No.
Did
It
you
might be
look?
one of those.
Did you look in the bedroom in any of those white thing drawers?
I think it might be in there. I know I've seen it recently.
I mean, it exists. This is like the fucking cat
Oh
clipper.
wait, maybe it's in my fucking room from when we were putting the thing in my room.
Oh, maybe it's in your
'Cause I
room.
definitely think I've seen it recently.
The mystery.
Ah, here it is.
Nora had it the whole time.
I had it the whole time. Magic hat. So how's the stream been going?
It's
I've
good.
been hearing you chat a little bit.
I do my best. But then I get sucked into this and I'm like, look, she got skin.
Nice. Ursula would not be kosher to eat.
Is this a lesbian thing or?
No, because she doesn't have fins and scales. She just has skin because she's an octopus lady.
This is fat phobia.
It's fat phobia that she's not allowed to be eaten by Jewish people who keep kosher.
So she can't have a Jewish girlfriend.
I don't think she would have anything like that. Or just a cloaca, I guess.
She can turn into a human form.
Did you do that in the movie?
Yeah, she turns into dark-haired Ariel.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in like easily 15 years.
Well, brag about it, why don't you? Okay. My cat has found some plastic to sit on.
You're weird, Wiggins.
He
I cleaned
fucking
the
loves
bathroom earlier,
plastic.
and it was all bleachy in there. And he was like having a fit that I wouldn't let him in because he loves to smell bleach.
Yeah,
He's a
my
weird cat.
cat's weird. Both of my cats are weird, but in like unique ways.
Yeah. Like Reza's not about the bleach smell. He is about the weed smell.
Yeah, Rez is
loves
weird.
Weed.
Reza wants to smell the weed whenever we're smoking it. He's like, you have to let me sniff your
He'll have
joint.
a fit.
So I have to hold the joint out to him so he can sniff it.
And then he makes a face like, blah! And then it goes away. I'm like, well, why did you even want it?
But he'll scream until I allow him
totally,
to.
until it happens. He's like, what's going on?
Let me smell that! I'm so disappointed in you.
He's like, is that a weed? Let me smell that. Wow. Well, it's a great example you're setting for me. Your cat's that.
Yeah, Reza's a bit of a drama queen.
Yeah. Reza kept going into the bathroom, standing up on the counter to look at his reflection, and then he would meow at it, as if to say, there's a cat in the mirror. He keeps screaming at me.
You know what was so funny about that Dante Gill thing was we suddenly realized that I look exactly like him. And we were like, wait, I should just play Dante Gill.
Is that a weed? Is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Yeah, my cats. They be like that. Not Wiggins. Wiggins is like chill about weed. He's like, whatever, just, don't bother me with it.
Excuse me.
Rez is like, what the fuck's going on in here? Don't know why that was so satisfying, but that was incredibly satisfying. Oh, I did not realize that. Yeah, I will fight Scarlett Johansson. It'll be difficult because, she can be anything, including a tree.
That would be her power in a like in a fighting game. It would be Scarlett Johansson. Her over there would be like, I have the power to turn into anything, even a tree.
I just have Poor Unfortunate Souls stuck in my head.
Do you want to play it?
No, then my stream will get canceled by Disney. What? I hate when you do
Do you want
that.
to pull up the lyrics and sing it?
This is fat phobia.
Well, you can just put on headphones and listen to it and tell everyone viewing to put on headphones and listen to it.
What? What's happening here, bud? It's like I'm having a problem. What a wasted character Ursula was. She has so much power. She's so interesting as a villain because, she's like a hag who got pushed out by Triton. but everyone still comes to her when they need stuff.
Do you think she's gonna show up in Once Upon a Time?
Oh, that would make me so sad. I hate Once Upon a Time so much.
It would be hilarious if they have Frankenstein.
If they make her skinny, that's fat
Can
phobia.
you imagine though if they have included in their Disney fantasy world fucking Frankenstein and Peter and fucking Alice in Wonderland and shit like that, but not Little Mermaid? like yeah, Beauty and the Beast, no Little Mermaid.
No, yeah, don't worry. If you have anything to take care of, it's all good.
Okay, I'm looking up to see if Ursula ever shows up.
You're monitoring my chat. Thank you, Nora. Because it's hard to go back and forth.
Ursula. Not Ursula. Ursula. Once Upon a Time.
It's fucked up. She better not be in there. I'll be so mad.
Well, I hate to give you bad news about vis-a-vis you being mad.
Is she in it and skinny?
Yeah.
This is fat phobia.
She's black.
You can't just make her skinny. You can't just make her skinny. I have strong feelings about this now.
Her occupation is aquarium worker, formerly. Singing entertainer, formerly.
What a weird resume. I sang at the aquarium.
David, do you want to see a picture of Ursula from fucking Once Upon a Time?
Nah.
You're like, I'll get there.
Well, food has arrived for my face, and I think that means that I have
Street
to
time's done.
stop streaming and eat some food.
That's valid.
Right, it feels valid. I just gotta finish this little because I liked these back ones. I wanted them to be like wings, and I wanna zoom out and see how we're doing.
Oh boy. All her storylines are all mixed up with Hook. So we get to see more of him and skinny Ursula.
God! No! No! Well, now that I know that they make Ursula skinny in this terrible show that for some reason we watch, I don't know why, I'm gonna go eat food. It's coincidental. Thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna go eat dinner now. Bye.
Bye.